Galassi for joining us. And we are happy to have the second day of the Metaverse Fashion Week 2024. Stefano needs no any recommendation from our side because he's one of the most active business leaders on the market. Yeah. And Stefano is well known, maybe the most well known person in Europe and Middle East who connects traditional legacy fashion, and it's a very hard job. I want to say, yes, I want to confess, and technology. And we had a lot of conversations here in California. Stefano usually comes to US, and as I know, you are coming to New York next January, yeah, to NRF.
Right.
And I invite you, let's meet here in San Francisco Bay Area, yeah, as we did it a couple of years ago in Los Angeles. Yeah, I remember that. Thank you for time spent together. Yeah. Okay, so I think that you have enough knowledge and vision to start this conversation about the future of fashion and what's happening with it and within it. Because okay, now it's like a challenging time. Yeah, everyone says, and a lot of media like promote this feeling of not despair but loss of orientation. So someone says that China is lagging back. Yeah. So someone says that maybe it's because of inflation or geopolitics and so on. But we understand that the future of fashion is somewhere where technology, financial engineering, I mean, in a new forms, in a new economy, and fashion come together, and future is here. So, who knows it better from the side of luxury brands on one hand and on the side of technology? So, here is Stefano Galassi. Please have your pitch, yeah, and later we can discuss it with Q&A session.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. It's my great honor to be part of this such visionary association, Metaverse Fashion Week and association. I mean, I believe, first of all, that bringing bright minds together is the most important things because I'm very big fan of the open innovation. So what you're doing is very remarkable for the entire community international. So thank you and congrats to what you actually as a vision for Metaverse Fashion concept. Back to us, quickly introduction about myself. I'm Stefano Galassi. I'm the CEO and founder of Limitless Innovation. Our company is based out of Dubai, Milan, and Miami. We are open innovation advisory firm, and we actually active in driving innovation and business for the biggest luxury brands in the world and fashion brands in the world through open ecosystem. What does it mean? We are collect the challenges and the priority from important brands, usually European ones, which we help them to define what are the priority in terms of business implementation. And then we scout around the world, anywhere, what are the best fashion tech solution based on technology can solve those challenges. And then we do matchmaking. All of this action is called Open Innovation Luxury Lab. And we are currently active with some of the most important global brands internationally in trying to get a better, more efficiency for the value chain, better customer experiences, but also more sustainable impact. So let me give you a few topics on which we are actually quite active. Topics are around EI for merchandising, how I can optimize my collection. EI for content creation, how I can speed up my content creation, more amplify the creativity. Also think about traceability for the collection of the information, the data of the product. Think about the digital product passport, and so on and so forth. But now I would like to go through some visual information which can help you to better understand what is our job. I cannot share the screen, but I can keep. All right, I cannot share yet the screen, but I can go further without just will give you more concrete highlights. Think about nowadays, you start the conversation which the fashion industry is completely reshuffled. You know, currently many brands have have a reduction of the revenue, and the sales, and the performance, and the margin. But actually, I believe it's not just a matter of market; it's a matter of an entire revolution is happening in the fashion industry, because we need to totally re-engineerize the processes, the value chain, because customers overall has been changed. The expectation now, younger customers, younger consumer, younger shoppers expect to live the fashion experience totally differently, more hybrid, more digital, more personal, more as an expression of themselves, but also as a kind of belief on a right. So younger shopper would not simply buy based on trends, but also will buy based on belief, value, or what the brand represents for them. So today it's not enough anymore to be a great brand, product-centric, which is there are many great heritage brands out there in which they are doing great, but they're also a point of value, core values to be shared with the community first. There is a point of sustainability impact of the collection of the footprint that they produce on the planet. Second, but third, also need to be a more personalized dialogue with the customer. It's not enough anymore to just sell products, but we need to embrace, the brands are embracing the famous omni-channel journey. But omni-channel in reality means only multiple channels. But what really matters is the relationship. So this is why we haven't recently also launched here in Dubai a concept that we call AIR, EI, Artificial Intelligence Retail Experience, in which the core is the customer center. How I can recognize the client and center when entering the store, how I can actually serve them better based on the data I've collected through my CRM, through my sales assistant, how I can support him in choosing the best product, personalize the product, recognize where the story behind the product. So what we are saying here, the digital could be a great, powerful way to enhance experience, but also provide a more remarkable, unique relationship, customer, client by client, shopper by shopper, between the brands and the shopper, and truly embrace a new digital ways to create the heritage in a more novel way. If you think about what are now or the latest technology out there by the other side, artificial intelligence, spatial computing, blockchain, 3D, and everything else that is in between are great technology, but we need to figure out what are the business priorities of the industry, how the industry is changing, how they can actually taking advantage of the latest technology and combine together in creating this kind of fashion tech interaction, which is part by analyzing the point. So moving ahead, we believe that every technology could be delegated in a specific fashion value chain. And I'll give you an example. Let's take an example of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence could have a great impact on multiple steps of the fashion value chain. Creativity. Why? Because I can actually produce better and more creativity things around my collection. But I also can actually collect from my physical archive. Fashion brands have big, old, but important physical archive. I can recollect the images and bring to life to the design on your collection. But also the content shooting. I can go to content shooting, instead of having a physical model, I can also having a virtual model or a digital product or digital different variation of the physical product. And this means I can shoot faster, with less cost, with different background, with more creativity, more agile. And also means reducing the sample production. Because if I use 3D combined with the AI on the prototyping, where the designer produces the final product with the clear characteristic that are the quality of the product, the leather, the structure of the product. Using 3D, I can actually go faster, digitalize, and create an entire highway or the physical and digital product in order to digitalize the entire operation of the company. Because if I produce from the design office a 3D, I can also use it then back in the end of the value chain for e-commerce, for the fashion catalog, for the digital showrooms. So if we are able to using technology properly, defining what are and solving what are the nowadays industry challenges in order to implement it, something that have a clear business case, a clear scalability, and a clear efficiency, we would be able to digitalize the fashion value chain in order to provide an end-to-end, more exhaustive fashion value chain. It will be more efficient, more fast and agile compared to the market needs, to the shopper that's changing all the time, more sustainable because we'll be producing less, wasteless, but also more efficient and more engaging with the shopper, because we'll have another way to engage with the product digitally in multiple zones. So we are in front of us, not a revolution, but an evolution that is strongly required now to solve what are the market issue. And then we will see in the market two kinds of company. The one believe innovation technology are simply, let's say, relatively third, fourth priority for them because they need to only focus on products. And then in the moment of crisis, this will keep shrinking, reducing investment instead to increase investment. Or the innovation pioneering that will, during crisis, will be invest more in technology innovation to solve the reason why in the crisis. The two different pack of brands will be pretty much differentiated in the market, and mostly probable from 10 years from now, big brands that will not be adopting strategically solution in every part of the value chain will have a strong defeat compared to the one that actually are using the technology, like few companies that are champion, like LVMH, Louis Vuitton, Burberry, and Hugo Boss, Tommy Hilfiger. There are certain digital champions that have been exploring new tools since years, and that are ahead of the curve to be a more digitalized fashion sector. Because I want to remind everyone that fashion is not simply a brand. If brand is powerful, it's important, but it's also the industry behind. They need to source the material. They need to track the traceability. They need to collect and produce the products. They need to avoid overstock. They need to sell. They need to, it's a full industry. So we need to think on a broader sense of how digital technology can support the digitalization of the sector and ultimately really achieve business goals and business results. I would like to give you some other recent example. In our company, luckily, we have the chance to having a lucky point of observation internationally. So we have the chance to visit New York, Los Angeles, Paris, Vivatech, Dubai, JEDEX, Tallinn, Singapore, and all the major hubs where the technology and fashion are being produced. But what are the major three most disruptive things we see in the market? Definitely are circularity as a business. So finding new business model based on sustainability to produce a positive impact on people, planet, but also profit. So I'm referring to second-hand digital passport upcycling, and everything could be done, renting up. Everything could be done around creating new business model, creating second-hand for the employees in order to avoid to overstock and sell it and throw away products. I mean, there are multiple ways to create a new business out of sustainability. The second one will be optimizing costs. Optimizing cost and efficiency of the value chain means 3D prototyping, AI for merchandising. These kind of things will be help a lot to be more efficient in the managing the operational aspects of the business. And the third one, creating better customer experience through digital 360 ways with an experiential approach. It's not enough anymore having an e-commerce, it need to be immersive. It's not enough anymore having a product, a digital product that need to talk with you. It's not enough having simply a campaign, but need to be an immersive way to tell the story of the brands. So we need to go further and behind what's been already experimented with a more holistic approach, solid based on KPIs, but also more brave in order to really engage the shopper of tomorrow. This is already today. I don't know, Kasper, if you have any other question or if you want to go.
Yeah, thank you so much, Stefano. So before this session, so we collected a lot of questions from our community to you as a legendary leader, so and I'm going to ask you some of them. Okay, so first of all, please bring us some examples how you work, how your company works with the brands, like quite short and stories of success. I mean, bringing the innovation to the fashion industry from past, and what do you plan for 2025, for instance? Quite shortly,
Right.
no long stories, but stories of success.
Just an example. I will not mention brand by brand because in our job it's quite sensitive to mention which brand we with kind of budget. This is a quite strategic initiative. We need to keep it for us. I can mention the project with other brand. We recently we're gonna as we have done recently a very cool project about using AI for optimizing the merchandising plan, which reduces millions of costs and overstock. We've been running a lab for important luxury brands, which will be helping the entire company transform into more cultural, digital first approach. We've been creating an innovation safari for important luxury brands visiting Dubai and exploring the latest technology here. We've been creating the most important global innovation hub during GITEX here in Dubai with 40 participants from 40 top luxury brands from all around the world.
Let's do the same here. Sorry for interrupting. Let's do the same here.
We should.
Let's discuss.
We should. We need to invite them. We need to find a way to reach what is the European and Middle East innovators and great industry to come to Silicon Valley, because in the end, this bridge is something we need to activate more. We've been talking this since a while, but I think it's part of what needs to be happen. And by the 25, we need to plan something also together with you, but we are planning back to Dubai to New York NRF, the National Retail Conference. Then we're going to go to Singapore for GITEX Singapore, Berlin, Paris, Milan. In a couple of weeks, we're going to launch a generative AI fashion initiative for fashion together with the big partner and big technology partner, big brands and academies in Milan. So let's say that luckily we have been busy, and as we like to say, the future is limitless and rich opportunity. So we have plenty of things to go together, and then happy to collaborate more.
Yeah, thank you. So, and another question is, which regions are driving fashion forwards today? What do you think? Because
which are the trends?
Which regions are driving forward? I mean, fashion as it is. Not just China now, so maybe India, or from your experience.
China has a huge problem with economic subprime. So in terms of, but also I think it's also a matter of evolving customer behavior. It's not anymore a long time but it's more experiential. They're looking for more value for experience and to personalize products and experiences. The old customer of China just buying products from brands is declining as a behavior. It's become more educated. So the brands need to be more ready. It's not simply the point is declining the sales, but why are they declining? Because they're buying different things, more experiences, more leisure, more trips. So luxury also need to be compete in an experiential way with other different categories of products and services. So need to be more mature in terms of offering, just not sell stuff, but offering an experience that is going behind selling the products. This is why, you know, many shops also start doing hotels, cafe, restaurant, and inspiration mall.
I
In
see.
general, yeah, in countries wide, the Middle East is booming, keeping growing. India will be representing important aspects. Europe is going quite well. US is all growing. And despite of overall market, we've been seeing release of wage report for consulting company like Bain and others that McKinsey, the state very clear. The situation would not overall globally would not be uh, growing in terms of financially, but will be shifting from buying products into experiential purchase of different things. So it's not simply it's decreasing the market, but it's shifting to another kind of services. And so I think the brands are need to take ready in this matter.
Yeah. So thank you for clarification. So what's your take on a fashion future where high-end items are going to be tokenized and connected to AI? So, I mean, all of them, like now I'm using my Meta Ray-Ban glasses. Yeah. So, they have the same price as regular ones, approximately. How will I buy anything else? I mean, not connected glasses in future. No how. I will choose just this as car. Yeah. So after driving the Tesla, yeah, and we did it together 2 years ago. Yeah. So how you can choose here in California, at least, some other car which is not connected to AI, to the cloud computing, to computer vision. Yeah. So that means the world is becoming really digitally connected, yeah, and the future of what we call smart fashion is here. And we have this feeling that fashion industry is a little bit slower comparably to some other industries. Yeah, so what to do, or maybe it's like a mistaken feeling. Tell us.
Yeah. The parallel you choose of a Tesla car compared to the industry, yes, the point is the industry been product centric for many years. So obviously the products have been the king for many years, and the creativity was the king. Now it's not anymore enough. So they're taking slow on the adopting a new evolution. So now from product centric to retail. Focus to omni-channel, digitalize, the commerce, then social media, then omni-channel. So they can't be that fast. They need to, but I think they still need to clarify what will be the brand heritage of the past, perceive, and for the future. So it's an exercise they need to do. Every single brand have to do it, but not easy. So I don't see this kind of speed of the big brands going there fast. I see very other smaller new brands, agile, digital first. They are coming to the market with a fresh eyes. They will be way faster in become digital first native company brands. So I'm talking also in my career, I also have the chance to teach in multiple important university, Cambridge, Marangoni, Bocconi, more. And I see also new designer, new business maker, new startuppers a lot. And they are clear the fact that they will become first digital company that will be digitalized by definition. So they will neither take in consideration to be only physical. And this, of course, we will have a tremendous new generation of entrepreneur and brands and initiatives that will be hybrid by definition, by design. So the big brands will be still slowing in adopting all of this because overall they need to go time by time also with the market adoption. But the new entrepreneur generation, a new startup will be there, and pretty much sure that in a few years we're gonna have a shrink in percentage important in these aspects.
Yeah, thank you. That's what we promote, yeah. And like this smart fashion direction, or whatever we call it, brings us another opportunity of investment into fashion. Because, for instance, yesterday at our opening ceremony, we had our legendary Andrew Romans, like a legendary venture capitalist from Silicon Valley. Yeah, so he raised billions for startups. So, and he even said, why not to establish special VC fashion fund for this transformation, for this digital transformation of all the industry? Because if we systematically connect the fashion system, the legacy fashion system, existing one, plus new startups, yeah. So we have to add the startup mindset, the VC culture, because there is a lack of VC culture in fashion industry. Yeah? So just to be ironic, we can say that Bitcoin is just 15 years old now. Yeah, fashion industry is 150, 10 times more. Bitcoin is 2 trillion, and fashion industry, I mean luxury, is just 1.5 trillion. It's smaller than Bitcoin. So it's in terms of investment, yeah, Bitcoin is better than fashion. So it sounds as a paradox, but that's truth. That's a reality. And we understand that this connection, yeah, this seamless connection of money, of invested money, of technology, and of fashion, because fashion is about people building their selves, their status, yeah. So because everyone uses fashion, not everyone has iPhones, but everyone is more or less in fashion, yeah. So here we see the future, and maybe with your efforts, with the collective efforts of all the community, of newcomers, of younger brands, yeah. So, but we should provide them direction, and one of the directions is this matching, or whatever we call it. Sometimes we say marriage of Silicon Valley and European and Middle East and Chinese fashion as it is, yeah. So, what do you think about this? What to do? So, what is an action plan?
Part of action plan, by the way, yesterday was with two partner with me, and one from London and one from US. So we were start planning the opening a fund, a venture fund to support this kind of initiative, not
Uh-huh.
early stage, more mature scale up in the space, exactly for the purpose you were mentioned before. So you were mentioned like a great Silicon Valley investor. Why don't join the forces together? So what I see the future is we need to play the role of catalyst in order to accelerate the transition. But we are not the industry. We could be next to the industry. We can catalyze the transition, but we need to respect also the time. So I think when you play in this world, you need to see the curves or the things of the adoption of technology or evolution. Honestly, also big device they had like big moment of success and then failure. So I think the transition will happen, but will take longer than what expected and desired. But in our position, like me and you, we should work more at the global level to catalyze, bringing on board great entrepreneur, company, brands, tech player, in order to make it stronger the ecosystem, leveraging it together the resources and be faster. And if everyone can benefit of this transformation, faster transformation, will be not that fast like Bitcoin, but will be quite more
Who
deep.
knows? So why not to increase? Why not to grow the market capitalization of all fashion industry 2 or 3 times? Just bring in properly technology properly. I mean, if it is something where people can invest, not just have as an expenses. I mean, for instance, you spend like 3K for some jacket or for some suit or for some dress, yeah. Why not to invest it if this item, fashion item, is connected to some AI and token and becomes technically connected and become technically like a value proposition, yeah, not just technically, but financially. Why not? Technically, everything is ready on the market, yeah. So it's the question for you as a catalyst, yeah. So promote the idea to fashion brands, yeah, not to be that much like very traditional, yeah. So and the future is here. I'm sure that we can bring value. I mean, practical financial value to fashion industry. Otherwise, nothing.
I agree. I mean, this is the challenge we have ahead. But
Mhm.
if you working in the fashion innovation since almost 20 years now, so the frontier been evolving. Where we
Mhm.
are now today is very different to what we experienced 20 years back. So it's made for people that are working in frontier. it doesn't change that fast. My reality is have been evolving quite impactfully for all the sector. And then after COVID, the acceleration was even bigger. So I'm expecting it may or maybe this crisis of the market will be support these different people, the innovator and the followers. The follower will stay doing the same, but the innovator will take opportunity to adopt technology to prove it, not only in terms of customer engagement, but really much also in operational cost efficiency. And this is still a great space to grow.
You know, the last question from community was like, what are your predictions for the fashion industry in 2025? But I want to change it from like what are your predictions, but for the invitation to start doing something, yeah, like for building the action plan. As you said, you're coming to NRF, so invite some of your brands and partners, I mean, brand representatives and partners and friends, yeah? So after that, let's make like small first events even in January. Let's start the 2025, yeah, with something practical. This in this direction, yeah. So let's connect San Francisco and
this could be
fashion. Yeah.
This could be definitely an opportunity. It could be start. I mean, January is tomorrow, and we can do some small activation probably.
Yeah.
We can plan to having a bigger one around
In spring.
April before they become before Viva Tech Paris, before the big
Good.
ones in Europe.
And we'll have another season of Metaverse Fashion Week, yeah, 2025 in spring. That's good. But let's start in January. Okay, small but properly organized is good. Yeah, so I mean, we have the core ideas, we have the direction. Let's do that.
Let's do that. So let's do starting. Let's start doing something very small. What I like as a format, the Luxury Innovation Breakfast is
Good.
very size. Means only we don't need 100. We need 20 bright minds together to start activating the system. You know, in a nice location and discussing the topic. And because the majority of the time the people we invited they don't know each other yet, and we create a lot of connection to start fostering an ecosystem.
We are ready to connect C-level representatives of fashion brands with the Visa, C-level people here, with Apple, with Meta, with Google, with Microsoft M12 here. So we are very
we need
well
to
connected.
find before to have them come over. We need to organize something very powerful with mid-term organization because the agenda are already packed 6 months for 6 months.
Right.
So. But we have the, I think, vision and the community and ecosystem and the ability to do something that is remarkable.
Yeah. So decided and so deal. And thank you so much, dear Stefano. See you quite soon. So I'm going to ask our team from the Metaverse Fashion Magazine to send you some additional questions, and maybe we can make a interview with you as well in the framework of the Metaverse Fashion Week. Thank you so much, dear business leader. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for your pitch and advices. And see you here in US in January in San Francisco and bring fashion brands here. Let's start this matching. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.